All right, so for bossing mules, I'm gonna start with Kanna. So Kanna right now is just 30k stat. So just looking at this, it does up to Enlomine, and I tried to do like Elucid and E-Will. It's definitely not strong enough for E-Will. And for Elucid, it takes about 10 minutes, so I don't feel like it's worth the meso quite yet, but here's what it looks like. It's mostly 17 stars, 16, 17 stars. A bunch of the items are like 2-lined, occasional 3 lines. And then they're like okay-ish like flames. Am I gonna reset my Kana IA? I am not gonna reset my Kana IA because I will most likely still farm on my Kana. So that is pretty much it for this Kana. How's my crit so fucked? I have like why is it at 90? Um 13 point, oh, 13 points hyper. So the reason I have 13 points hyper is when I do I keep one Legion page. I keep one Legion page and I don't have links on. So when I move my links on here, it'll have 100% crit rate. So right now it has no links at all. With the links, I'll have a proper amount of crit rate. And this is just so I don't have to redo my Legion grid. And then my nodes are like roughly 40, my boost nodes. Get Legion up, easy peasy. Yeah. I made a separate page for my Kana after nerf. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with another page, so without any links, it's a bit low, but with all my links on, I hit 100% easily. And then this comfortably solos up to Enlo main. I think it takes me like 5 to 7 minutes to clear Lotus and Damien with G skills on. And then next character would be my Jett, which I used to do H-low main on, but I stopped running, so that was easier on time constraints. Just because there's so much shit to do sometimes. Let me just put on my damage gear real quick. This is there. Pure Golex ring. 30, 30. And I think this is my last ring. Where is it? There it is. So on my Jett, it's almost 35k stat. I have Meso second line on here since I'm still training on it. It does up to Enlo main solo. It does run H Lucid and H Will. I tried Easy Will. It can definitely solo Easy Will. Meso second line, yeah, because I wanted the 20% CD skip for beatdown. I would want like a unique Meso, but I just settled until I get more, more honor. I haven't bothered re-rolling it too often. Can I change that to 20? No. I don't plan to get 20 Meso on here. If I'm still leveling, it makes a really big difference for me when I was doing H domain on here to have the 20% CD skip versus not having it before. And I think I'm in EXP. Yeah, I'm still in EXP I'm missing quite a bit from my hypers, but I would want to reroll this to like 15% unique if I'm lucky enough, but I'm just leaving this for now. And then for the links, not for the links, for the nodes, I have max boost nodes and some decently level skilled nodes, but it's still a work in progress with the nodes I'm leveling on here. So the gear, I still am using 2 event rings, but everything's basically 17 2-line or 3-line here. And then everything's 17 starred. With my black bean mark, I left at 16 because I was debating on using a pat mark, but flaming the pat mark has not been so lucky. And then I'm 2 set arcane on here, 3 set apso. I do have Monster Parker, 7-day Monster Parker on here, and my secondary is finished. So it's in a pretty good spot right now. But I mean, the thing with like rolling my IA is I don't want to keep re-rolling my honor XP. I'm really trying to save it up to the point where I'm comfortable with re-rolling, or you know, or maybe buying circulators later, but for now it's good enough for what I want to do. See, talking about those, I should do 21 Apso route on bossing mules. Yeah. I was debating on doing that before, but my Jett got 2 arcane drops, so I kind of left it like that. Justin is cracked. Can we swap accounts? Dude, this has just been hard work in a nutshell. Like 2 years of hard work. Alright, so on this character with Maple Warrior 21.8k stat, it's a 5 set arc 5 set Apso because it was before the Apso set rework. And I have mostly Golex rings, so a lot of stuff is also not done on here, but it clears up to Enlo mean pretty comfortably. So 2-line unique, 17 starred, 3-line unique, drop rate pendant, 1-line stat. I think I have a fake Dom here because I didn't want to flame my Dom, just left it there. 17 arcane. I need a Star Force this belt, but it doesn't need the stars right now. This hat is why I can't roll off it, or I can't swap off it. I'm keeping this 5 set Apso because it has 109 and 5 flame. Like I feel like if I switch to like the CRA hat, it's not going to be a big gain. I got an arcane weapon on here too. Yeah, my Kaiser was my second main before I decided to swap to Jett. So this was actually my second main before. I had a pat mark and I transposed it. And then 17 CRAs. Some stuff is still epic, 12 stars. Or 16 unique. 7-day Monster Parker on here as well. So only my top 3 characters. I was going to get on my Kanna too, but I never finished doing Monster Park on it. So that's it. It does up to Enlo main pretty comfortably. Its nodes aren't amazing, but the main bossing nodes are fairly leveled. And that's pretty much it. see. Isn't 30% off good for 15-star arcane? Yeah, it is. It would be. So these are the main 4 characters I boss on every week. And just up to here earns me about 8 bill a week in weekly bossing meso. And then I sell some daily boss crystals because I haven't started bossing on my other characters, but I plan to start working on them some more. So first one is Arc. Arc used to be my main. So I used when I joined Reboot. This was before, right before Adele came out. I decided to play Arc, and I mean, at the time I didn't really enjoy it because I didn't know what I was doing. But I thought would come back to it, and it's doing okay so far. Um, I tried to roll the IA for, was it the +1 passive level, but I couldn't get it, so I just settled 20 boss here. I did random rolling just to get not trash lines, and I got meso and buff duration. So I was like, it's not horrible, but it's not amazing. It's good enough for now. And then for most of the bossing mules from this point going forward, I try to get like 2 Star Force rings, 2 event rings, and then I have reinforced pendant and a superior pendant. Um, let's see. Do you have all the class info about IA? Yes, I do. That's in the guide, like everything about Maplestory. It's in here. So all the IA should be in there. And then here are my gear. So 12-star superior, 12-star reinforced. This is 3-line legendary, 2-line unique. I'm like trying to use my boss cubes to do 2-line uniques, but just a little process. And then I was lucky with some items. I don't plan to do Commercy at all, so if I get like a good Zac Flame on my Power Condensed Crystal, that's just gonna stay there. So this one, for example, 45 and 4 is perfect. It's 2-line stat, 1-line drop rate, but I was like, I don't need to push any more stat. I'm okay with settling with this for now. Black Bean Mark, I was hoping I'd roll higher, but I'll probably, Suicide Flame it with Boss Flames later. So this is already 5-set Abso, 4-set Superior, and 2-set Reinforced. I have Ursus just because it used to do Ursus on here, but probably get a better metal later. And then just Lydium Heart, nothing too special. And then for the nodes, it's still like a work in progress. So I'm still trying to level up the nodes and level up the character, and I'll eventually have some more nodes to put on. Sounds good, Motto. Catch you in the morning. Have a good night. But I should be able to clear comfortably solo up to C-Val. One thing I forgot to mention on my other characters is I have at least 2 IED fams on everyone. 2 15% IED fams, so that helps a lot. So next is Pathfinder. Some of these characters I'm still trying to run Golix on. You'll see, maybe 4 sets reinforced, and that's just because I wanted to get 4 sets sooner for the IED and boss damage. And then I'll get the superior gear later. I feel like I'm not in as much of a rush to finish gearing up all my characters. Just because like I'm not trying to spend too much meso in the short term. Trying to fund them and get the return out of it. So here's the equips on here. I just did Mudo or Choo Choo prequest recently, so I haven't leveled my symbol yet. I do have a superior pendant. I just don't have on right now. But it would be 4 set superior, 5 set abso. But yeah. I just haven't unlocked the pendant slot again because it's not quite a strong character, and I do want the pendant slot. But I mean, I'll get back to it once I start bossing on it more. So anything epic usually is 6%. If I'm lucky, it'd be 9%. Besides that, I usually aim for unique 2 line or legendary 2 line. It ends up being tiered up like that. So the superior belt, for example, is unique 2 line. Sometimes, my Meister cubes tier it up to legendary, so I'll just keep rolling until I get something 2 line stat. Um, Condensed Power Crystal, same theme. Don't feel like doing Commercy. During Yeti Pink Bean World, I didn't have a Black Bean mark because I didn't want to do the Pink Bean pre-quest, so I put this on here for now. And this is pretty good until I feel like working on a Black Bean mark, which I have in my inventory for the boss set bonus, but until then, it's just going to be this. 17s, unique 2 lines, 16. A lot of my absos are still 12-star because I do plan to fodder into them. But until then, it's just chilling. Gotta do some Hardron Maru for my drops. I still haven't got a Magnus badge yet. I do, or I am trying to. I'll eventually get this soon. Phantom Forest from doing enough Golex runs. I think I'm gonna get this medal more often than some of my other characters. Uh, Epic. I do need to tier this up to unique, but I'm waiting to stock up in cubes again. That's pretty much it for the Pathfinder. I did roll with honor to try to get some usable first line, and second line was kind of whatever. But it's just kind of nice to have a little bit of extra drop rate for myself. Um, Nodes are not that great, just because I'm kind of poor in nodes. So I have some decent things I do plan to use later. I have been getting help occasionally for some of these characters I'm not as familiar with, but this is enough to at least clear 3 doors. I haven't tried Seavel yet, but I'm fairly certain I can kill Seavel with this. Also with oh shoot, accidentally I went to cash shop. Let me just go back here. Open up this. Same theme with familiars, just anything with 15% ID, 2 slots. The badges I have on here are just like Apocalypse badge if it's attack, or I think the Moonbridge badge for magic attack if it was a mage. And then here are the characters I haven't really tried the boss on yet. I did boss on my arc and Pathfinder for a bit, but it wasn't as time efficient for me, so I kind of stopped just so I spend more time toteming instead. All right, so for this, it has fodder gear ready. So this is one of the next characters I'm gonna 5 set soon. Um, with Maple Warrior, about 10k stat. I was lucky enough to tier up some of my stuff to unique on here. So it's a bunch of unique 2 lines here. I haven't got a Pink Bean Cup yet, so I'm gonna get that later. Second slot's locked until I start bossing on it more, then I'll put on my Dom Pendant. Um, I think most of the stuff here is just something 2 line unique. This one, 24/6, is decent for now. Didn't want to push it. Hoping for a Black Bean mark to replace this in the future. and then 16 fodder items. I transferred this recently because I did enough scrapyard to finally buy gloves. So I'm just waiting to slowly tier this up with Master Craftsman cubes and Meister cubes. And then the Golex Phantom Forest Guardian medal again. Pretty much it. Lots of 16s. Should be able to comfortably clear 3 doors, I think. I haven't really worked on my nodes. Um, so I gotta work on my boost nodes on here later. Once I get that going, I should be able to do more bossing on here. And Dark Knight is next. Dark Knight's definitely a character I've been looking forward to play. I haven't been playing it as much before Destiny, so I can't really compare it. But I did create it before Destiny. Put up my equips and that window. See my Maple Warriors on 2. Alright, Chris, sounds good. Catch you later. I gave you feedback for being so skillful. You're kind of clean. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So for my Dark Knight, similar theme, try to get my superior gear 4-set reinforced because I haven't seen certain superior drops and it was just to get me the IED and boss damage sooner. Got 2 event rings. Pink Bean Cup. This will be replaced with a superior pendant later. 2-line attack. And then most of these are still 12 star or 16 stars, kind of all over the place, but I feel like I still have them in a comfortable place to do some bossing. I just tiered this up yesterday with Master Craftsman cubes and I ran out, so gonna fix this later whenever I get more cubes. Some of them, like this is still using Pencilier, but I haven't done enough bossing to get some fodder. But you know, got some decent potentials. Just slowly getting them all together. Notes on here kind of low. Only dealing with 1 trio. Just because I was talking to some other Dark Knights, the second trio is kind of optional. I do want to put on the Cyclone skill back on, but I've been trying to mess around with priorities, trying to figure out which things I want more for mobbing. Probably gonna switch something out for DHS, probably taking Cyclone out to be honest, because I'm mostly using Spirit Darkness and my Radiant Eye to do mobbing while training. Let's see, just 2 more characters left that have really been putting in some effort. The other 2, the last one, my Aaron and Buck, has been literally like 0 effort so far, but they're characters I do plan to work on. Where is my Maple Warrior? Don't need this home key anymore. Okay. My equips tab. Definitely much weaker compared to my other ones. I tried to roll on my IA, got absolutely nothing. Probably gonna run circulators on here in the future, but been very little effort. I just got like the bare minimum boss rings when I was leveling this up. So CHT, John Treasure, but I got my event rings from last event. I still have to get my level 30 charm. I'll get that soon. Got my reinforced pendant. It's 3 set for now until I buy my reinforced ring. 16-star weapon. The main theme is like I try to get more stars or slowly get more stars on my weapon, and then I work on my CRAs and then some fodder gear sometimes. Weapon and shoulder is always the easiest for me to get for Absos, but scrapyard and if I'm lucky for H low mean carries, then I'll slowly get the other ones. Waiting to get Magnus badge here, and then still need to tier up my WSD. I've done like hard Hilla and E-Sig on here. I think that was fine, but my nodes are absolutely trash on here. I didn't put any nodes onto here. And then the last character is my shade. So shade 2B2. Ah, I wish Chris was still here. I named this shade after him. Just because when I was making this for the crit damage legion a while ago, I was like, you know, I need a name for my shade. Named it right after him because his other bossing mules have similar names. This is very bare. Still missing rings. I didn't really put as much effort. This is from Terror Burning. I didn't get the John Treasure ring, and I didn't G cap for another coin cap for another ring, so I still got to work on that. But I mean, I feel like once I get this together, it'll be pretty good. I do have a 16-star weapon, so it's slowly getting ready, you know. It's definitely going to be nice to level this up because when I eventually 250 this, it'll be nice to have, you know, just the extra crit damage. I haven't tried to do any bossing on here, but I feel like once I get to it, it should be good. And then I got, you know, for the IA, I got +1 attack speed. Thought that was good enough for now. I do plan to fix my hyper stats in IA on the weaker bossing mules, but still work in progress. Not very much funding, even for the nodes. I'm still like I opened a bunch of nodes up because of the Terror Burn, but I haven't really searched for my boost nodes yet. But once this is all set up, then it will be ready for bossing soon. Just slowly gearing it up. That's pretty much all my bossing mules. But I mean, I only do bossing on half the characters. The weaker ones aren't really worth the time right now. So yeah, main 4 bossing mules, 3 that can do some bossing, and 3 that are like sort of weak, kind of work in progress.